Also in St Didier works Bernard Raymond, the man who talks to the birds. He is the fourth generation of whistle makers. Always with the same passion he observes the birds and plies his trade. In his workshop are all sorts of whistles of all kinds of shapes and sizes, unique models made from different sorts of materials, brass, beechwood, boxwood, hornbeam or bone. With true good nature and typical Provençal warmth, he guides the curious round his little family museum. The plover is a little wader. It's the whistle that takes the longest to make. It has to be handled 14 times whilst it's being made. The owl, the screech owl. Here a bit of split wood with split twine inside. The blackbird. For the blackbird there are several whistles. A whistle that you have to tap. This here is also for the blackbird. In the spring, when he goes to see his fiancée, he's dressed and has new slippers. He sings like this. When he goes to sleep or when he's afraid, he sings like this. That's the goldfinch. The whistle is minou, a piece of wood and a piece of lead. The interaction of the lead inside the wood makes the sound. The robin redbreast. And the nightingale. The sparrow. The whistle is made of hide and inside is horsehair. They wanted to change the horsehair by putting foam and synthetic horsehair, but it didn't work, and now we use real horsehair again. With the same whistle I can do the greenfinch, the same but much faster. The musical thrush, which is called le torn, sings like this, very shrill. When she's calm and calls her fellows, she has a very impressive song. It's for that she's called a musician. And for me, if you like, this duck is a duck from the Bois de Boulogne. And in spite of being a musician, I say to myself, I'm going to do the Pavarotti of ducks, even though there's nothing to see with it. One calls that a hoopoe. That's to say the hoopoe is a bird that smells because he makes his nest in horse droppings. He does it like this. With the same whistle, it's possible to imitate the title music of a film. That's the fox. So to call a fox, you have to imitate a wounded rabbit like this. The fox, when he hears this, he goes out and arrives with a napkin, a knife and a fork, and he even takes a pot of mustard. This whistle lets you call a deer. That's to say, I imitate the sound of a female deer at the moment of coupling. When the female looks for a male, she makes a little moan like a baby crying. With the same whistle, I can imitate a chicken when it's going to lay an egg. A hen who lays an egg goes like this. Here. And the wild boar. And this whistle is entirely wood, and when I blow it, it's a wild boar. The hands are very important. It's necessary to play with the hands. What kind of people would use a whistle like this? Who uses a whistle? Yes. Everyone. The hunter less and less, the ornithologist, the sound recordist, the photographer. More and more the discovery of nature, and for the last 2 or 3 years it's being used by centers for children with memory problems. Who conceived it? Who invented it? Whistles have always existed in history. Very rough whistles served our ancestors. But the inventor of the first artisan factory for bird whistles was my great-grandfather, which he did when he was 17 years old in 1868, which is 150 years ago. In the beginning, when he was young, he was always in the woods listening to the birds, and he wanted to recreate the sound of these birds. He was so good at it that he made whistles for his friends. And then one day he said, "This is a business," and he made his first bird whistle for sale. Today there are 5 makers in the world. 2 are in France, Raymond's workshop, and one of an old worker of his grandfather. After that, there's one in Italy, one in Spain, and one in America. This is because Carpentras for centuries was a well-known market for birds all over Europe. And my grandfather and great-grandfather sold their wares in the market. The Italians and Spanish visited the market. They bought all the whistles made by the Raymond de Tellier and then reproduced them. There you are. That one's louder than that one. I'll have to work it inside. The tools are really rudimentary. Look, I push it there and it works. There you are. The most work is from September to January because that is when everyone buys whistles. With the lovers of nature and the hunter, it's necessary to produce a very great number. With all the sales merged, 120,000 whistles leave my workshop. 120,000? It often means I have to start at 4 o'clock in the morning. Go on. That one's past it. So when the insert's no good, I have to take it out. The whistle is for communicating with a bird, and if the bird is on the branch of a tree, you would better know how to use your whistle. Otherwise the bird will fall from the tree on its back with its feet in the air, and it will die laughing.
Scandale, ça.
Perhaps they're waiting for a bit of bread and butter. There you are. Yes, yes. There are 2, a male and a female.